Are we all going to be riding Chinese branded bikes in the future because we're so hacked off with the quality and the price of all the Western brands? That's what we're going to be talking about in today's video, inspired by all of the comments that you guys have left on the previous videos. And I've got some interesting stuff in here that I want to talk about where I would love to see the industry go in the future, and I hope that you guys are with me. If not, I'm just interested in all your comments. Before we get started, just a big thank you to Barony Castle, the place we're staying. One of the things that I'm really learning in this sort of make as much cycling content as you can every single day while the World Cup is on is trying to film in different locations, trying to film in just one take. And this is actually the wedding reception area. There was a wedding here last night here in Barony Castle, and it's actually a really fantastic value hotel if you're up here cycling in the Scottish borders, which we know where Glentress and Selkirk, Innerleithen is all is based. And they've got a deal at the moment for £89 bed and breakfast, and the breakfast is massive. The showers are really hot. There's a sauna and like swimming pool area as well. So when you've been out on a freezing cold Scottish mountain bike ride, jumping in the sauna afterwards is an absolute luxury for really what I think is great value. So yeah, if you're up here, check them out. I'll try and put a link in the description and stuff. But yeah, we like it here. We come here a lot. Okay, so are we going to see this massive invasion of the Chinese brands? I really, really don't think we are. They're definitely going to become rising in popularity, but there are just too many headwinds. Now, the first, most obvious one is that China really, really isn't endearing itself to the Western population. You know, it's written into its constitution that it wants to reunify that whole peninsula, and the build-up of their military, the rhetoric towards Taiwan, I don't think is going to go well. Just seen that the US have banned Chinese companies like Huawei and Hikvision who make CCTV cameras. I don't think it'll be long before we see Europe and the UK follow suit on that. So there's not an awful lot of love there, which is going to make shipping and import duties and all that sort of thing become increasingly harder. And it's a bit of a shame because I think a lot of the Chinese factories, they were getting so close. Like they've got the manufacturing sorted, but I don't know why, but they've never got the hang of like websites and customer service and things like that, which if they just sorted those things out and gave consumers the confidence, they would easily have taken over the world. They don't need to ramp up their military. We would just be committed to them. It'd be such a no-brainer thing to do. So there is some other things going on, and I think that the cycling industry is massively bloated in terms of its distribution and sales channels, and I really do see that all of the brands have recognised that their vulnerability is in shipping and distribution and cost. The pandemic has really highlighted that, and I think they are all hurriedly and dramatically making big changes there. Now, if you just think about what's been happening for the last few decades, frames have been made out in the Far East, Asia, and they've been shipped to various sort of distribution centres in Europe and America and wherever. And then they wait for all the other parts to arrive from like Shimano and SRAM and DT Swiss wheels and whatever it is that they want. And then they have a big production line and they start building bikes into the specifications that the marketing team have said. So they say, you know, spec number 3 comes with a blue frame and these wheels and this group set. And they have to wait for all of those parts to start arriving before they can build. They get put into boxes, shipped out to country distribution centres who then send them out to big shops, and quite a lot of the time those shops are then sending them out to customers and on internet sales. That's bonkers. That is a hell of a carbon footprint for a bike, and it doesn't need to be like that. And I think the way things are going, especially with Web3, crypto, NFTs on the horizon, think what you will, it's definitely going to change the world, is that's going to change. I think those brands are now trying to get the right bike to the right person at the right time, and that is what I think Web3 and this big shift towards reshoring production. Reshoring is a bit of a buzzword at the moment. It means trying to take manufacturing vulnerabilities away from those shores and bring them back into more domestic nations. it's going to massively change. I want to get to the point, and I think it will come quite quickly, where you've chosen the bike, but you want to choose the colour scheme, you want to choose the size, you want to choose what wheels you get, whether you even get wheels or not. You might have a set at home that you want to use, what group set you want, what crank length you want, what handlebar width you want, what saddle you want. Maybe you've got your own favourite saddle, you don't want another saddle, that's just going to be landfill, you know. And I think we'll be able to do that on drop-down menus. And with Web3 and NFT technology, I think we'll be able to do that. We'll have to keep track of inventory a whole lot better than we've ever been able to do in the past. And that bike will be able to be wrapped up in an NFT to say, yes, you own this bike, as you know, all the parts that you specified, this is what you brought, and we are going to warranty it like this. And the interesting thing about that is when you come to resell it, that NFT kind of goes with it. And that's what Colnago have been playing around with. One of their most recent bikes actually comes with an NFT when you get the white glove service. And this is dead interesting, because if you want to sell that bike, part of it retaining its value is that you can then sell on the NFT that involves all the white glove service. And then the new owner gets exactly that. And Colnago, written into the NFT, will have a bite of that sale, you know, which means that they can then actually honour that warranty white glove service to the new owner. So some really, really interesting stuff going on there. I think we're starting to see all the clues come into play. And that's how I think it's going to, I think that's how it's going to go, to be honest. We've already seen things like Rutland Cycles here in the UK just recently got acquired by Specialised. Giant are acquiring more and more franchise shops around the world. You know, Trek are doing a similar sort of business model, because they still need local mechanics to help those customers. You want to be able to go there and showroom a particular bike, and you might be taken to a kiosk where you choose all your spec and that bike gets sent to you, but you're still going to need a place to go, especially with e-bikes, is to get motors serviced. And yeah, it is a trend that is just definitely happening. And yeah, I'm quite looking forward to it. I really think it is about time that the industry became a whole lot more streamlined, more efficient. The prices started to come back down, because cycling should be the great leveller. It should be a democratic sport where everybody can enjoy it. And right now, it's too expensive. It is. The prices are insane. Talking of which, so from the last video, loads and loads and loads of you commented, why didn't I mention the Giant TCR? And you're really, really quite upset that I've said that Giant is like a pair of safe underpants. And I don't know why, because it is the safest of safest options. It really, really is. If I was going on a holiday and I had all my luggage stolen, and it was a cycling holiday and I wanted to go out riding with my friends, I would definitely just go into the nearest hire centre or bike shop and go, Giant TCR, size 56, job done. The next thing I'd do is walk into a Marks and Spencer's or a department store, 5 pairs of trunks, 5 pairs of socks, a tracksuit, jeans and t-shirt. Happy days. It's the safest option. So I don't understand why you're all upset. Okay, anyway, tomorrow's video, quite excited. We've had a video that we've had in the pipeline for a while. It's been under embargo until the brand involved was fairly happy with us, but we are starting to talk about titanium. So that's going to be the end of our holiday, and next time I see you, we're back at Mapdeck Cycle Works. So until then, take it easy.